Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. I am filming this again because I realized I didn't have mascara on when I started filming. So welcome, Merry Christmas. I am so glad that you are here. I hope you are all having a wonderful week and day and end of the year. I am wearing one of my favorite Christmas shirts today. It is my Hanging with My Nomies shirt. I love puns. So this is one of my favorite shirts. Every year I always break it out right around Christmas and it always makes me happy. Today I am going to have my top 10, technically 11 fragrance purchases of 2020. So if you're interested in that, just keep watching. If you are new here, please do consider subscribing. I do Fragrance Fridays every Friday. I have sample Saturdays. I have hauls and I have unboxings and reviews. So if that is what interests you, please do consider subscribing. It would mean so very much to me. And to everyone who has been subscribed, there we go, and watches, I really appreciate it, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do. You really make a difference. So thank you. All right, so we're gonna start. I have the fragrance notes pulled up here on Fragrantica. It's on my little iPad. So I'm gonna just go in the order that they're showing on there. This is not like a top, like ranking 1 through 10 or whatever. This is just the ones that I really love and I'm really glad that I purchased this year. And it was hard, not going to lie, because some of them, I have some fragrances that are still in the cellophane. So I'm going to count those as 2021 purchases because I haven't even unwrapped them yet. So I can't tell you if they're my favorite purchases of 2020. So first up is Gabrielle Essence. And I went in, and the day I went in, I was like, you know what? I really want to get Dior Joy. And then I smelled this, and this was, during the pandemic, luckily my Macy's is still spraying test strips and handing them out and letting you try fragrances. And I really fell in love with this one, and I really want to get to the original one as well. You can see, like, the juice is down a little bit, and these are all ones that I bought this past year, and I bought a lot of perfumes this past year. Oh, it's so elegant. It's kind of bright, and it's clean smelling too. So the notes are citruses, peach, red fruits, petitgrain, and blackcurrant on the top. In the middle are white florals, tuberose, ylang-ylang, jasmine, orange blossom, and coconut. Oh, I don't really get the coconut. That could make it what's a little fresh. And base notes are musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. So I really do like tuberose. I really do like jasmine. So I feel like this is a lovely white floral. It doesn't smell overly fruity. It doesn't smell overly florally. It's just a really nice mix. I think it's a really safe blind buy. I think it's one that people would be really would like. I don't think it's offensive in any way. I think it's a beautiful, lovely fragrance. And that's my first choice. Gabrielle Essence. Oh my gosh, why can't I say that? And did that even focus on the screen? My second one is one that was a YouTube made me buy it. I heard so many people talking about it throughout this year. And so I picked it up. And I did get it with a lotion too. It is Elie Saab, Girl of Now, and that's what it looks like. It's like that amber liquid. Oh my gosh. This is total gourmand, total sweet, nutty type of fragrance with like vanilla in it too. So the notes are pistachio, pear, mandarin orange. Middle notes are almond, orange blossom, and magnolia. Base notes are almond milk, tonka bean, cashmere, and patchouli. This doesn't have a strong patchouli scent to it. It smells warm. It smells delicious. I got compliments on this even in the midst of the pandemic. This was like an instant love as soon as I got it. And I've been like, I really want to spray it like every day. But I know that I can't spray it every day because I have all these other beautiful perfumes that I want to wear too. And it doesn't layer, I don't think, particularly well with some of these. All right, next up is Valentino Donna Aqua. And this was another one that I heard a lot of hype on YouTube. And I was like, you know what? I think this is one that I definitely need to get. So that's what the bottle looks like. It's I love the Donna bottles. They're beautiful. They're studded. They look elegant, but they also look, you know, slightly badass, I guess. So the notes are almond and pear. Middle notes are frangipani and jasmine. Base notes are sandalwood and hawthorn. And this almond is a beautiful, like, marzipan sweet. Oh, it's so good. I'm surprised. I thought there was vanilla in there. It's because it has a lovely creaminess to it. So maybe the sandalwood is what brings that creaminess to it. But this one, oh my gosh, this is so worth it. This one is discontinued. So if you can get your hands on it, do. It is just, it's so good. So that's Valentino, Donna, Aqua. All right, next up is from Guerlain. This is La Petite Robe Noire. I love this line. This is one of my favorite perfume lines because there's a lot of cherry in there. And this one, you can see two different ways that it's called. This one is Hippie-Chic, but also when you look it up on Fragrance Net, it is called Leger, or Leger, not Leger. What am I saying? Leger. So it's that bottom down here. That's what they call it, even though it says Hippie-Chic on the box. This one, oh my goodness. I mean, look at the beautiful bottle. It's more, a slightly more purple tone than the original bottles. And let me tell you the notes because they're good. This is sour cherry, almond, rose water, lime, and lemon. Middle notes are black tea, rose, raspberry, licorice, peony, and peach. Base notes are tonka bean, vanilla, patchouli, violet, and white musk. Oh my gosh. This is cherry. That's the first note. You get that, that burst of a cherry, and it's so good. I love cherry. Like, cherry's like my favorite scent. But then it's tempered down, and you get some of that musk in the patchouli and the tea. It tempers it down so it feels not, it feels fun, but it also feels a little more sophisticated. It doesn't smell juvenile at all. I really love this. I have loved every bottle from this line though, so take that with a grain of salt. Actually, that's not true. Black Perfecto, I'm not crazy about. But yes, La Petite Robe Noire. Hippie-Chic is definitely one that I would recommend. Let's see if I can get it up on the light so you can see it. It's so good. I love that cherry, that burst of cherry. And I like this one because that lime and lemon, the citrus, makes it just a little bit brighter than some of the other ones in the past. Next up is Viktor and Rolf, and I originally had several Viktor and Rolfs that I had pulled, and then I was trying to whittle them down, and I was like, this would be my ultimate one. This is Bon Bon Couture. This is a flanker of Bon Bon, which is one of my favorite scents. It's one that I bought a backup of because I wear it so often and I just really love it. This one, the notes are peach, neroli, and mandarin orange. Middle notes are caramel, orange blossom, and jasmine, sambac. Base notes are vanilla, patchouli, white tobacco, and sandalwood. This is a beautiful gourmand, and that caramel and vanilla are very prominent, but this one is just a little bit different than the original, which seemed more sweet. This one is a little bit more of a fruity sweet. So think about like fruit that's been candied or fruit that's like caramelized. It's so good. I really like this one. I have reached for it quite a bit as well. So that is Bon Bon Couture by Viktor and Rolf. It's really good. This one, I'm going to kind of call it as an honorable mention of all of them because this one I really debated and I was like, no, I really do need to include it in here. And I couldn't figure out what to bump to put it in. So I'm calling it an honorable mention, even though we're not done yet. Anyway, this is Guerlain. This is the Aqua Allegoria Mandarine Basilic. If you love juicy, citrus, orangey scents, this is what this is. This is a beautiful, juicy orange. I really like it. I am so glad that I got it. I don't think the lasting power is super great on it. I haven't worn it a ton, but every time I smell it, every time I put it on, it just makes me really happy and just feel uplifted. And sometimes you just really need that uplifting scent, and that is that one. Let me tell you the notes because I forgot to tell you the notes. So the notes are clementine, bitter orange, orange blossom, green tea, and ivy. Middle notes are basil, mandarin orange, chamomile, and peony. Base notes are sandalwood and amber. So I find it interesting that mandarin is in the mid and clementine is in the top. I know they're very closely related, but I think that's what gives it such a beautiful, it's that combination of the mandarin and the clementine. So yes, Guerlain Aqua Allegoria in Mandarin Basilic is definitely a winner. This one is another one that's discontinued. It's hard to find, and I was so excited that I found it for a regular price. I was absolutely shocked. It is Elie Essence Absolue by Thierry Mugler or Mugler. It is Alien. If you like Alien, or even if you don't like Alien, I think you would probably enjoy this one a little bit more. This one, look at that juice. Oh, or that liquid. It's so beautiful. It's the vanilla. It just looks like vanilla. I love it. This is like a slightly sweeter, richer version of Alien. It definitely is that vanilla. It's the most prominent note is vanilla. Oh, but it's so beautifully blended. It's so good. So the notes on this are jasmine. Middle notes are cashmere wood and orris root. Base notes are vanilla pod, white amber, myrrh, and incense. I don't really get the incense. That was my criticism of Delina, is that was all I smelled was incense. I don't get incense in this one, but I do get that vanilla, but it's not like a sickly sweet vanilla like some. It's very rich and deep, and oh, it smells so good. Oh, I could bathe in this if it wasn't so expensive and so hard to find, because these can go for $200. When I got mine, it was like $70, $80. I did luck out, and I should have bought everything that the person had on for sale, but I didn't, and that's a regret. So as you probably have noticed, that these aren't necessarily new fragrances that came out this year. Some of them are new fragrances, some of them are older fragrances. This one is definitely older. This is Fancy by Jessica Simpson. I heard so many people hype this up that I finally just broke down and bought it. I didn't have that many celebrity scents. Basically, my celebrity scents were Gwen Stefani, her entire line, Taylor Swift, and Katy Perry, because they were fun and kind of quirky and different. And like, I used to be huge fans of Taylor Swift and Katy Perry. I don't really like most of their newer music for the past few years, so I've fallen out of love with them. But Gwen Stefani is my girl. She will always be like a goddess to me. So Fancy by Jessica Simpson. I love Jessica Simpson's, her line of clothing. I love her luggage. So I was really like, why didn't I try this before? Because her other stuff is so good. This is a beautiful gourmand. I really like this one. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Viva La Juicy. It doesn't smell like Viva La Juicy, but it's that same type of DNA, like that sweet gourmand that's just yummy. The notes on this one are pear, apricot, and red berries. Middle notes are caramel, almond, jasmine, and gardenia. Base notes are vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. This, like I said, is really good. I like this one. It's very inexpensive. So if you want a nice gourmand that kind of has some nuttiness to it, some caramel and vanilla, but some fruits in there, and get this one. This is a good deal. I've seen it a lot at TJ Maxx this season, and Marshall's, and I think even Ross. So you should be able to find it for pretty inexpensive if you go searching for it. Getting close. 3 to go. Next up is Gucci Guilty. This is the Love Edition Perfume. You can see I used quite a bit of this year. I love the bottle. It's like a flask. I think that's just so funny. This perfume, I don't know how to describe it. This is probably the powderiest of the fragrances that I wear. I don't think it's a powdery fragrance, but it smells like perfume. More so than some of the other ones. Some of the other ones smell more edible to me than this one. But it's so good. Let me tell you the notes. It is raspberry, narcissus, bergamot, watery notes, grapefruit. Middle notes are violet, flower petals, and jasmine sambac. Base notes are musk, patchouli, and amber. Now, this is a new fragrance that came out this year, unlike all of the other fragrances. They're all older. This, I love it. There's something so intoxicating about it. Something, so just different. It's different than everything else that I have in my collection. It's different than Gucci Guilty. It's different than the Absolue, I think, in the little like dark bottle. I just really like this one. I don't get like none of those notes when I'm reading them do I necessarily grab out. It is slightly sweet, but it's not a syrupy, sickly sweet at all. Like some of these other ones are definitely syrupy. This is not a syrupy scent. I think violet is probably the closest. Like you kind of get that sense of the violet. It smells slightly earthy, not like super earthy, not patchouli at all. It's really well blended and just really good. I think it's a really good universal scent too. Okay, these are two that I had to bump some stuff to get in here because I wasn't sure when I bought these because I've just loved them so much, and it turns out I bought them both this year. The first is Prada Candy Gloss. This one, oh my gosh. One, I don't know how much I have because it's opaque, which drives me nuts. And I got just like the 1 ounce. I wish I had the 3.4 ounce bottle of this. I definitely need to buy another bottle of this because this is delicious. This might be my favorite cherry scent. I don't know. I haven't compared it too closely to Lost Cherry, but dang, this one is good. Paula has been looking for like a more machino cherry. This isn't quite there, but it's a little more sour note, but it's a brilliant cherry. The notes in this one are sour cherry and cassis. Middle notes are peach, orange blossom, and rose. Base notes are almond, vanilla, benzoin, heliotrope, and musk. I get that cherry. To me, this is a cherry scent. Oh, it smells so good. I've gotten so many compliments on this. I went out earlier in the year, met my friend for lunch at a little tiny cafe. Like nobody else was there. It was great. And the waitress was like, "Oh my gosh, you smell delicious." And my friend was like, "I was going to say the same thing." It's delicious. It's yummy. It is one that I could wear it every day. Probably not appropriate for everyday use. Probably not appropriate for the office because it is so sweet. Oh, it's delicious. I love cherry candy, like cherry suckers, cherry like now and laters, cherry starburst, and it kind of gives me those vibes. Like if you were going to spray those on you, that's kind of the vibe. So it's a really sour cherry, sugary scent. I love it. All right, last up is Dolce Shine by Dolce & Gabbana. This is a new one. This was also released this year. The notes are mango, quince, and grapefruit. Middle notes are tuberose, jasmine, orange blossom, solar notes, sea salt, and ozonic notes, whatever those are. Base notes are white musk, white woods, and Australian sandalwood. This smells like sunshine in a bottle to me. I did a whole review on the Dolce Flanker, so you can watch it up here. I love this one. It feels very different than the original Dolce, which I love. And it feels very different than Garden or Peony. It feels like its own scent, but I can still get the DNA of the Dolce, the original Dolce. I don't really get DNA related to some of the other ones, but I don't always like all of the Dolce ones. Anyway, this smells like sunshine in a bottle. It's light, it's beautiful, it's slightly florally, but it's very not like sickly sweet. It just has a nice sweetness to it. I really love it. This is one I would super recommend as well. So that is it. That is my 11 best purchases of 2020. I know I cheated. I added my honorable mention. I hope that you enjoyed this. Please let me know what your top fragrance purchases for 2020 were. Have you tried any of these? Also, let me know your thoughts and opinions on these fragrances down below. And I hope you are all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.